Hey y'all, this is Kim with Creative Escapades. Welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me today. Let's jump right into our video and see what we can create. So I'm ready now to do the details on my resin dragon, and I am nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs because I'm afraid I'm going to mess him up. I have never done a dragon before, and I just love these colors that's on this piece, and I don't want to mess him up, but I'll never know if I don't try, so here we go. What I've done is, wasn't sure how to do the head of the dragon. I think I got the scale part for the rest of the body down pat, not too worried about that. But the head of the dragon, and to make it look not weird, wasn't sure how to place the eyes and how to really get that going. So I drew it out on this piece of paper, and I think it's going to look good on there, but I can't see through it. So I've also drawn it out on this piece of tracing paper, and while I won't be able to use it to trace the design onto the piece, I can at least see where I need to place stuff as I go along and do each step. So, deep breath, and I'm going to give this a go. And I'm going to be using the some of the paint pens that you see there to the right, using the painter's white medium from Express Yourself, just to get a mark on where I want to start the head of dragon. And I did learn a lot using these paint pens on a resin piece. I've used these before in other projects, but never for detailing this, so this was a good learning experience for me. Thing is, it's not like using pencil on paper. You mark it and it is there. You can use alcohol on some of these and you can remove it, but you run a chance of smearing your other design, and the gold did not want to come off with alcohol, so there was a lot of learning going on, and I'm going out at different points of time when I have it marked. And this is now ready for resin. I'm using Pro Marine Resin, and I'm just going to heat up. I let this set after I finished doing all the detailing for approximately 48 hours before I added the resin. I wanted to make sure that it was completely dried and there was no chance of anything smearing or messing up the design from the pens. So I'm just going to smooth it all over and make sure that everything is covered, and then pop all the bubbles. And I come periodically and check it for more bubbles and make sure that they're popped about an hour or so. Okay, so it is cured now, and I'm ready to add the clockworks. And all I'm doing is heating up this center tape that I put to keep the resin from off down into that hole in the center. And had to remove the tape in the back just to get my clockworks added, and want to trim down any of the resin that is raised or in that center hole so that it doesn't prevent you from putting the shaft of the clockworks through that. The clockworks comes with small hands, but I just don't think those work with this. And so the first thing you got to do is take that metal thing and put it over your clockworks, because you want to make sure that that is on there before you add all the washers and things, because that's how you're going to hang it. You also need to watch where you're going to put it for the clock mark. So then you're going to take the, once you get the shaft through, you're going to take the little brass washer and you're going to put it top, and then there's this hex screw that you're going to tighten it down, and this is just finger tightening at this point. You don't want to tighten it with pliers or anything. Then you're going to put the hour on, and you just push it down until it actually locks into place. And at that time you will make sure that you have 12 o'clock mark for your hands and for the clockwork hang the back, so you know where your 12 o'clock is at. The minute hand actually has an oval hole in it, so you have to find where it fits onto the oval shape of the shaft itself. And you could push all day and it on there if you don't have it lined up just right. Next you have this glorious T9C little nut that you have to try to screw down onto the shaft to tighten. And this thing was created by Satan. It is so tiny and it's hard in there. But alas, it worked pretty good this time, so I'm thankful. And now you have the second hand. You can either put the little topper bolt on there and screw it down, and it will make a nice little round top to it just for the hour and the minute hand. Or you can add this second hand, and there's a little hole down in the center of the clockwork shaft, and the second hand you just push it down on that and till it's. So the next thing we're going to do is time to tighten it and make sure that your clockworks fit snug. See, it's a little bit loose, so you just take a little pair of, I use these needle nose pliers, and you tighten that little hex screw that's underneath the clock hand. And you don't want to get it too tight, but you tighten it just until the clockworks on the back does not move. Needs just a little bit more, and you want to be very careful and move very slowly so that you don't take a chance of scratching the front surface. Almost there. And I think that'll do it. See, it's snug now. And then it's ready for a battery. And it takes a AA battery. Just pop it in. And working. So I decided to use the eye of the dragon as the 9 o'clock position on the clock. And I wanted it to stand out. So I took a little crystal and I added it to the eye. But my question is, I'm undecided if I should add one at the 12 o'clock, the 3 o'clock, and the 6 o'clock positions. So I'm going to ask you what y'all think. If you have any ideas of whether you think it looks good with that on there, or if you think it just doesn't need it, just let me know. Leave me a comment below in the comment section. And I have these clear ones. And then I also have some that are like the shimmering blue, or I have one that's called volcano, rainbow, just different colors. So I don't know. I like it without. I think maybe it would look alright with some on there. These are some of the colors here that I could use. I don't know if they'll stand out to make it better or not. So y'all let me know what you think. I'd like to hear what you think about it. So here it is all finished, unless y'all tell me to add those and then I'll have to go back and do that. And I'm giving you views under different lighting so that you see the different aspects and how it looks. And for my first dragon, I'm well pleased. I'm not going to say that I did a perfect dragon, but I'm okay with it. So if you've enjoyed this video, please click like and share. If you subscribe to my channel yet, you can do so now and ring that bell. You'll get notified when I upload future videos. The description of everything is below, and this piece will be for sale, and as all my work is. And I want to thank y'all for joining me on this. If you have any comments, leave them below the comment section. Like I said, I always love to hear your feedback on what I do. And I'm going to take you in for some close-ups so that you can see some of that shimmer of that purple galaxy and the gold that is in between the scale design. And I think it really kind of more enhanced that area. So it really sparkles when the light hits it. Looking at it through the video doesn't give it justice to what that purple galaxy does for the whole piece. A few more shots of close-ups. And I'm going to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next creative aid. Bye bye for now.